Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, where you can see great games played badly. I'm John, and this is Satisfactory. Last episode, we hooked up some oil. Well, we found some oil, and we put a refinery on it. We didn't do much else. And we started to connect it up. It's all the way... We jump across here. It's all the way over there. And you might be able to see that I've laid in a hypertube. Yeah. I've done a little bit of additional work off camera. We are going to need to, I think, build ourselves a dedicated hypertube hub. And arrange things a little bit, you know, a bit more neatly. Because this is, I think the technical term is absolute bollocks. It's a mess and needs to be fixed. So, if I come through here and jump into this one. So this first hypertube takes us out past the, well, the potential storage area. And all the way out to the Keterian Mine. And you can see there that I've also put in a second tier of conveyors. And they lead all the way out to the oil fields. Obviously, at the moment, we've only got one of the oil fields. I think there are two in that area. We've only got one connected up. I have put in some more infrastructure. Whoops. I'm just trying to keep an eye and make sure I have completed all of the conveyor line as well. I think I have. Okay, so this spits us out here with just enough room so it doesn't spit us straight into the next one. This is just a Keterian Mine. And if I climb up here, we'll see that I've even left my truck over here, which was silly of me, but, you know. Can't climb the ladder. There we go. So if we jump into this one now, I think it's all connected up. I certainly hope it's all connected up. Otherwise, we could go swimming. This is the first time I've ridden this hypertube, so if it does go wrong, it's because I wasn't paying attention when I built it. Okay, it's a little bit janky in places because I put the platforms too far apart, basically. But it adds a bit of interest and possibly a bit of motion sickness. Well, looks like I did complete the whole thing. That's lucky. And it spits us out here. Whee! Okay, so what we've got here is we've got our refinery, extractor rather, and two refineries currently. I think we're basically using about half of the oil we're producing in these two refineries. That's using 30. I don't really know how it's worked out. That's using 30 and we're producing something like 120. So I think that's fine. As you can see, I've got this one set up to make plastic. And this one set up to make rubber. What we need to do is bring it out into some storage. Now, I think we're going to need to put in a fluid buffer to store the... Where are we? Heavy oil residue, because that looks like that's a liquid. So we're going to need to store that somewhere. But for the moment, we'll bung in a couple of... Let's have a look. We're right on the line there. So a couple of storage containers. So that we can take these solids out. I've put them in back to front, haven't I? Yeah, yes, I have. Of course I have. Come on, John, pay attention. There we go. That's what we want. Now you're on the line. You go in as far back as we can get you. There, I think. And you are There. Now will you connect up? How are you not straight? Oh, well, never mind. Okay, and... not enough space. Okay, we'll put this out here then. Right on the edge. Looks like... yeah. It's a two-way thing, so... right, let's put in some pipeline stuff. Okay, let's see if we can connect that. That might be a bit janky. Let's have a look. Nope, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, in which case, we'll put in another one there. And connect up. We'll put in... put it in... come on. There we are. It's turning around now. Put it in there. And connect it up. And we will put another one in there. And another one in there. Is that going to be enough? No. Okay. It needs to be wider. These do not operate on the same principle as the conveyors. Okay. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's just bring it across to there. So it leaves a space to go under it, and just drop it in there. Is that going to work? Yep, you're beginning to fill up with heavy oil residue. Okay. And you are starting to fill up with rubber. Okay, so we have that production. Now, obviously we can increase that by putting more on. Who are you calling a moron? But for the moment, I think we'll leave it as it is. I will... come on. Just put... come on, get off. There we go. Just put that in there so we can get around the back of here for all the stuff we need. Now, I'm not sure what we can do with this heavy oil residue. I'm pretty sure we can make it into other stuff. But I'm not sure how. Oh, hello, here we go. I can make residual fuel or petroleum coke. Less efficient coal replacement or for aluminium refinement. Alright, okay. Okay. Well, we need to get back to the main base. Because I have in my pocket... hello. A lot of rubbish. But I do have somewhere... there we are. 10 AI limiters. And we need those to unlock the smart splitters. Which I think we're going to want, because we're going to want to bring everything down on this line and then split it at the other end. So, I will head back to base. It shouldn't take too long in the hypertubes, but I will jump back in when I get there. Okay, here we are, back at the MAM. So, let's have a look. Keterian. Smart splitter, we need 10 AI limiters, which we have, and 50 reinforced iron plates, which we have. Okay, that's going to take 5 minutes. Now, the next thing we want to look at is producing motors. Now, for that we need stators and rotors, I think, to make a motor. Rotors we are producing over that way, I think. Come on, get over there. Never mind, get under there. Yeah, over at this other subsidiary base that we've got over here. So we can bring rotors in from there. But we also want to be producing stators. And for that, we keep running across this way and have a look at our rotor production area. Over here. Really should have taken the hypertube, but never mind. Right. So, in order to make stators, we need steel pipes and copper wire. Which makes me think we might be producing stators somewhere else. I think we might be. Yes, we are. And I think I may have had the foresight. To hook them up to a storage unit. Let's go and find out. We want this one. Okay, here we are. Back up here. Our truck is still moving, that's good. Now, stators. Where are we producing stators? Or stators, or... Somebody tell me in the comments how to pronounce it, because I can't be bothered to Google it. Ah, this looks hopeful. Yeah, here we go. We are storing them. Good, good, good. Okay, right, now. So if we bring both of these down into the storage area, which is over there. Okay. So, I mean, it's going to be another skyway, isn't it, across there? Yeah, let me... Oh, do I have enough to put that in, I wonder? Lots of metal plates. Some concrete. Should be okay. So, if we want to come out that way, basically, don't we? Right, I'll put this in and then I'll come back. Well, in keeping with our tradition of making everything hideously ugly, we are bringing in stators, or stators, from that end along a sky bridge. And we are bringing in rotors from that end via an equally ugly sky bridge. Now, what we need is an assembler, I think. What are you? You're a constructor. You're making quick wire, that's right. Okay, we'll bring it up this way, I think. Yeah. But what we will do... Yes, we do want that. Okay, we'll bring it out like that. No, 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 come on. Think. So we'll bring this one in like so. And then we want to bring it around. Okay. Like so. And then... no, I've done that wrong again. Come on, John. Come on. Right, we want that to come around to there. And then come around this way. And then we'll bring it up to about here for now. This one... we want... actually, that was pretty much in exactly the right place. We'll drop it back one more. And we'll put that in there. Like so. And then we'll put another one there. And another one there. And connect up like that. And then we are going to want an assembler. Is that the way in? Yes, that's the way in. And we'll pop it... yeah, we'll pop it back here. Just there. And we'll drop the rotors in there. And the stators can swing in there. Okay, and you're going to be making motors. Right. Oh, that was more complex than it needed to be. Okay, and for now, we haven't got enough concrete. That's okay, that should be enough. Because we're just going to put storage bin there. And a storage bin there. Because we have a problem. And that problem is we are running out of power again. Now, I can go up and I can connect up another one of those coal nodes, which I think is probably the best idea. But we can also look at refining some of the byproduct, the oil byproduct, into coke, and maybe feed that into a couple of generators just to boost the power that we're outputting. So I'll do that. I will go up to the other end and I'll have a look at what we'll need whilst night is happening. Let me turn the torch on. There we go. So I'll head up to the other end. I'll have a look at what resources we need to set up turning that byproduct into fuel, and then putting that into a refinery. Because there is water up there, so it'll be easy enough to stick in some water pumps as well. I suspect I'm going to need things like rotors and motors and things like that. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back when we have daylight and when I know what we need. Right, here we are. We're at the other end. I have put in a junction in here feeding up to this fluid buffer, and brought it into another refinery, which is now making petroleum coke. At quite a pace, I must say. So what we need to do is figure out how much petroleum coke a coal generator needs. Now, obviously we need water for that as well. So I'm going to bring this down here. And I think I'm going to build the power out this way. Yes. Like so. Genuinely can't remember how big these things are, but I think they're quite big, aren't they? Yeah, they're quite big. Where's the input? That's the input there. Okay, how big are they? They're very big indeed. Okay, so we want it about... Yeah. Right, so... Put that in about there, I think. Can we get it any further across? Yeah, put that in there. Okay, now. Water. So the water's got to come in that way. No, we're going to need to go further back. Right, let me lay out the design here and I'll come back. Okay, I think I've got it figured out, but I'm not entirely sure. So, we have the refinery here, kicking out, or in theory, kicking out coke, which comes up onto this conveyor, a higher level, so we can get underneath it. And then we have 3 splitters dropping it down into the generators. We have the water coming out and running underneath that for drop down. We'll see we have minor clipping problems, but nothing terrible. And that comes down and we have ourselves 2 water pumps down here. The problem that we have, if we have a look at this, is that we're out of power. So, I'm going to have to go all the way back to base. And regrettably, I'm going to have to do it on foot. Because our hypertubes aren't working. So, let me do that. And then I'll come back. It's a really long way. I mean, like a really, really long way. I mean, you might think it's a long way down to the shops, but that's just peanuts compared to this. Oh, that's so much quicker. Right, I've had to shut down pretty much everything down at the home base for the moment. Now, this is up and running by the looks of it. 25 a minute. Okay, well that's a lot less than I was expecting. Ah. 25 a minute, we're producing 120 a minute. So we can definitely get another generator on here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We don't have enough water. We need to put some more water on, but that's no problem. No, we want to build out here first. Have we got space? Oh, probably. No, 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 no. There. Come on. There we go. Power. Coal generator. Right, we want it lined up with these, preferably. I can't tell where that is. I think it's about there. Right, so we need another splitter, and it needs to go in line here. Like so. Now, why have you turned around? There, like that. Okay, you go in like that, and can't afford. I think I've also put it in the wrong spot as well, haven't I? Yes, I have. Oh, alright, okay, well... I'll do this and then I'll come back. Right, all that is now set up and connected. So we have 4 coal generators up here, coke generators up here. I think I've got enough water going in there to keep them cool. And I think they're all connected up and powered. Yep. So, if we have a look now, I mean, we have a capacity of 1,270 and a maximum consumption of 1,378. Yeah. So even turning the stuff on back at the base shouldn't be enough to knock it out. But that probably is also counting the biomass burners we've got attached. So as soon as they run out of fuel, we're going to run out of power. So we are going to need more power coming in. Now, with this, oops, as I said, we are using 30 crude oil there, and I think the same there, but we are producing a lot more than that. We're producing 120, so we've got double the amount, so we could very easily string another refinery on here making coke fuel. No, we can't, because that uses the residue. Right, how much? That's using 40 of that. How much are we producing of that? Where's our... You're producing... yeah, we're producing 40, so that's enough to run that, basically. So we would need essentially another 2 refineries making rubber and plastic, which could then be fed into another refinery to make petroleum coke, to be fed into another 4 refineries. That could work. Just lay them opposite here. But we are going to need to do that. It's going to be worth checking the other end of the where the coal generators are rather than the coke generators, because I'm not sure if we're using all of the coal that we're able to up there, so we might be able to get some more power. It'd be worth researching explosives, because then we could remove the boulder that is on the other coal node up there and get some more generators in. Yeah, that's a plan. Okay. Well, for the moment, let me grab 200 plastic and 200 rubber. Head back to base where we are making motors, and then we'll be able to unlock the next milestone, which allows us access to the components we need to complete Phase 3 of the space elevator objectives. So I'll catch up with you back at the main base. Back at the hub, the sun has risen. Things are still running. Our biomass burners aren't actually producing power at the moment, so that's good. Everything is running off the coal and the coke that we've got. But nothing here is turned on at the moment, so... But we do have 100 motors, 200 plastic, and 200 rubber.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. New project parts enable progress to the next phase.
Thank you. Right, let's see. What's next? Monorails. Jetpacks. Okay, okay. Well, we've unlocked the manufacturer, which looks confusing. Presumably we need that to make the modular engine and the adaptive control units here. Alternate fluid transport. Okay, so that's packaging fluid, presumably. Yep. Packaged fuel, packaged water, packaged liquid biofuel, packaged heavy. That'll be useful. Okay, yeah. And a gas mask, which will also be useful. I mean, yeah, apart from the fabric, we can do that fairly easily. Okay, anyway. That will be for next time. Let's have a look in our MAM because... yeah. Our smart splitter research has long been completed. Now, let's have a look. Sulfur. We needed to make 50 black powder. I don't know that we've got enough sulfur down here to do that. What do we need for black powder? We'll need 100 sulfur and 50 coal. Yeah, we have 17 sulfur here. Do we have any in any of these boxes? Oh, none in there. And none in there. Okay, yeah. Right, I'm going to need to go and find some sulfur, aren't I? And it's going to be some way away. Oh, there we go. What we got? That's got to be fairly close to the coal, hasn't it? I would have thought. So let's head up that way. Or is it entirely the wrong direction? Oh, no, it's over that way, isn't it? Okay, so... Still quite a way away. Oh, no, that's a different one. We need to rescan. Oh, that's ugly. Right, let's rescan for sulfur. $480 meters that way. That kind of is in the direction of our coal plant. But let's have a look up here. Let's see, because I don't think we've been this way yet. I'll keep my gun out just in case. Not that it's particularly useful. But it means I don't have to get too close to them. Oh, I've already lost it again. I wish it'd stay on your scanner for just a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be right on top of our coal plant up here, isn't it? Is that up by our... Oh no, there's our... I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Okay, that is all poisonous. Oh, thank you, autosave. That looks like some kind of military wreck. Right, where is this sulfur? "46 meters this way. Don't tell me it's up on top of that. It's going to be up on top of that, isn't it? Or is it going to be in a cave underneath somewhere? Doesn't look like there's a cave underneath anywhere. Oh. Can we get up there without building? Let me have a look. Let me see if I can do this, and let me see if I can find this sulfur node. Okay, I have found the sulfur deposit. It was indeed on the top of this little nodule here, so I've just built a catwalk up to it, and I've given myself some railings here just to stop me plummeting off the edge. Let's have a look. I do have a miner on me. Let me get a better view of it. We'll bring it out. Yeah, we'll bring it out pretty much in line there. Not that we've got any power for it at the moment. So, we'll pop in a power pole there. And we literally just want to be sort of heading straight that way. So, probably the wrong place to put it, really, wasn't it? Never mind. We'll pop one on the corner there. And we'll just string it back like this. Okay, so let me do that, and I'll connect it up, and then we'll come back and get some sulfur from it. Okay, well, we are powered up. I've just been attacked by one of those fire-breathing thingies that unexpectedly leapt out at me at the top of the sulfur mine. So I'm just having a bit of a snack before I dive back in, as it were. There doesn't appear to be anything else up here. I'm not entirely sure how we got up here, unless he got up on the stairs, but... yeah, okay, well that's fine. Right. That is slowly producing sulfur. I mean, it would make sense to just... there we go. Can't afford. Oh, you... okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's closer. There we go. I can afford that. Right. That is now loading up sulfur into there. Brilliant. I will give that a chance to build up some sulfur by going down here and having a quick look at this wreck. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to get close enough to it because it is very close to that gas cloud. But it might be just... no, it's not going to be just on the edge, is it? No, and I can't do anything with it anyway. Ah! Okay, okay, I'm leaving, I'm leaving. Okay, definitely worth investing in that gas mask, I think. Yeah, okay. Right, well, let's go and grab some sulfur. Okay. Let's have a look. Black powder. We need 50 of these, so let's do that. There we go. Now let's chuck it in the man. Volatile applications. Ooh, what have we got? Nobelisk explosives. Pipe bombs, okay. Nobelisk detonator, okay. I don't know what those things are. The rifle. And rifle cartridges. Okay. Okay, so this will be what we're looking for. But we also need whatever those things are. I have no idea. No idea at all. Nope, not a clue. Let's see if we can make those in our... whatever they are. No, not by the looks of it. Okay. That's obviously something we'll unlock later on. So, for the meantime, I think we should look at the gas mask. We can get the rubber and the plastic easily enough. And for the fabric, I think we need... what's that? Mycelia and biomass. Should be no problem, but we'll leave that for next episode. I hope you can do it. I know we've done a lot, and a lot of it was done off screen, but a lot of it was sort of kind of the boring bit work, sort of building all the long pipelines and supply lines and things like that. Hopefully we're in a good position now to move forward. We have got the smart splitters, which means we can start making use of this kind of storage setup that we had. Obviously we'll need to get rid of all of these normal splitters and replace them, but we can start doing that. We can start shipping the plastic and the rubber down from the other end. Yeah, so that's good. But let me know what you think. Please leave us a like and a subscribe if you like the episode and you'd like to see more. If you're new here, please check out the other videos on my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Any hints and tips, gratefully received. And until next time, I've been John. This has been Satisfactory. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.